Hey guys, okay, this video is going to be on my industrial or scaffold piercing. Here's the piercing. Blah, blah, blah. Here's the piercing. It just has a basic bar in it. It's stainless steel. I think it's either 14 or 16 gauge. I think it's 14 gauge. It's 14, yeah, it's 14 gauge. I got it about almost 2.5 months ago. I made a checklist because I'm so forgetful. So yeah, I got it 2 months ago. I got it on, I think, January 26th. I'm not 100%, but it was in the 20s somewhere. I live in Florida, so I got it done at a very clean, professional place called New Age Body Piercings. They have a website. You could look them up if you live in Florida. I definitely recommend them. They're totally better than like a tattoo parlor or like Inkaholic, which is like right down the street that I live on. But even though it's in Coconut Creek, I keep saying Coconut Creek, I don't know why. Even though it's in Coconut Grove, and it's like an hour drive, especially, it's like a good hour and a half during rush hour traffic. I think it's completely worth it for me to drive an hour and a half to get a better piercing than I would, like a better experience than I would at a tattoo parlor where their priority is tattoos. I'd rather go to a place where it's 100% piercings, where they have lots of recommendations, and where I know that it's clean, where I can see reviews on their experience and etc. So yeah. Before my industrial, I had a normal cartilage piercing. I got this ear done and this ear done at the same time on the same day. Well, not like at the same time, but like 2 or 3 minutes apart. But I got them done on the same day. I got it done at Piercing Pagoda, which is basically like a shopping kiosk, like a kiosk in a shopping mall. They are clean, but I don't recommend it. Basically what they do is they have a sharp earring and they put it in a gun and they shove it through your ear. They do clean it. They don't clean the earring. So I don't know. I'm not really experienced with needles and piercings and stuff. But yeah, I had it done with this one, and then I had it done, I think, in June of last year, either May or June of last year, or even April, I forgot. But in December or early January, late December, early January, I'm sorry, I have a terrible memory. This one was completely healed, and it doesn't bother me anymore. It doesn't hurt anymore. But this year when I had my normal helix piercing in, it was very uncomfortable. It felt like it hadn't healed right. Even though I do sleep on that ear, it didn't really make a difference because most of the time when the piercing bothered me, I didn't sleep on that ear. Maybe that you're not supposed to sleep on it at all. I don't know. They didn't tell me anything. That's why I don't recommend them, because they're not very professional. But it just hurt to the point where I'm like, it's not even worth it anymore. It didn't even heal properly. So I took it out, and then like a few weeks later, I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I want to get my industrial piercing. She said, okay. So we got okay. you have to, if you're underage, at least in the state of Florida, you have to get a notary signed. If you are underage, you have to get a notary signed unless you have a parent present. Even though I had my mom, I still had to get a notary signed. So we went an hour and a half in rush hour traffic all the way up to Coconut Grove. We went to the piercing shop, and he checked my ear. He was like, okay, yeah, you can get the industrial piercing done. And I was like, oh, I was pumped. And I was like, Piggy, I'm pumped. No, but I was so happy. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm finally gonna get it done. I was like, I had the energy. I was ready to get it done. And they're like, oh, did you get a notary sign? And I'm like, what? What's a notary? And like, oh yeah, you have to get a notary signed by like the bank or something, or like someone that's qualified to sign a notary. And I was like, what? I don't understand. So we got sent home. And the next day, I got the notary signed, and I came back, and I was like, I have the notary, bitch. Can I get my piercing done now? So, yeah, that was basically before my industrial. The experience at the shop, it was amazing. The people were very nice. They were very professional about everything. They were so sweet. Even though I had a male piercer, he was so sweet and kind to me. He just choked on my spit. Laugh, Johanna. I know you want to laugh.
No, that's me.
I choked up my spit.
I've been coughing all night. I'm not going to cough. I'm not going to laugh because you're choking.
Okay, anyway. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so they were just really nice to me and everything. They were really clean. Like, to check my ear, like, the first day that I went when I didn't have the notary, they put hand sanitizer and they put gloves on. They put hand sanitizer, no, blah. They washed their hands, they put hand sanitizer on, and then they put gloves on just to check my ear to see if it was okay to have the piercing done. I thought that was really cool, like, really good and professional instead of just putting gloves on. But they were very, very, very clean. The shop was small, but they had a lot of different jewelry to choose from. Like, when everything's healed, they had belly button rings, or belly button thingies. I think they're called rings. They had nose rings, they had septum rings, they had eyebrow rings, they had tongue rings, they had industrial rings, they had gauges of all sorts. I was like a kid in a candy store. It was awesome. I took pictures of everything. But after you go into the piercing stage, when you go to get something pierced, you can't videotape it. I thought that was kind of absurd, but apparently it's against the law, so I was like, okay, whatever, I'm not going to complain. My earring is a... I think it's a 16 gauge. I'm not... They pierced me with a 14, and they put in a 16. So I was happy with the size. I didn't really care as long as I got it done. But like I said, the piercers were really sweet to me. They told, like, it basically in every piercing place, they tell you to breathe in, and then as you exhale, they put the needle through. But when they did the first hole, my eyes started watering, and he noticed, and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." But just the way that he cared for the customer, it was so sweet. I found it really, like, appealing to, like, for me to, like, suggest that place to somebody else. But the store was really nice. Just everything was spot on. I really liked the people that worked there. They were really nice, and And yeah. On a 1 to 10 scale, pain, if getting my lobes done were basically like a 1, no pain at all, I'd say my industrial was probably about a 3 or 4, getting it pierced. I have a very high pain tolerance, so it didn't really hurt me that bad. But after, that's a completely different story. Alright, so after. As soon as I left the shop, my ears started itching like crazy. They said that was normal, so I didn't touch it. Nothing bad happened, but like it was just really itchy. And obviously red and swollen. But like I didn't sleep on it that night. I didn't sleep on it for like a week or 2 after I got it pierced. I have to hurry up. I'm running out of time. But yeah, it didn't hurt when I got it when I got it pierced. But like after, it began to swell up every now and then. Like I would hit it with like my hairbrush or something. Because when I got it pierced, I did have long hair. But just I think everything went smoothly. Now my piercing is fine. I haven't washed it with a solution in the past 2 days because I'm not home and I forgot to bring my solution with me. So there were a little bit of crusties on it. So I took it off with my hands. I washed my hands and I took them off with like a Q-tip, and then the ones that the Q-tip couldn't get, I took my hands and just picked it off. It's not a difficult piercing to take care of. It's really nice. I can sleep on this ear now. I can sleep on it. I could put overhead headphones on it. I can do basically anything except hit it with a hammer. The care that I do for it, for the first like couple months that I have it, that I'm going to have it, I'm gonna, whenever I wash my hair and stuff, I don't want the soap getting in it, so I just sit under the water and I let the water hit it, and it cleans it also, just not to take the soap off, but it cleans it. No. I use Arm & Hammer the wound wash. You can get it, they sold it to me for like $5 at the piercing shop. It's really inexpensive, and I use that twice a day. So yeah, I'm going on 3 months of my healing process. I'm going to keep it in for a year before I can change the jewelry. So yeah, if you have any questions, comment down below and I will answer if you ask. Okay, bye.